Okay, get ready for this. What if every single moral choice you make, I'm talking everything from the tiny to the totally life-changing, was directly connected to the actual fundamental building blocks of reality? Today, we're diving into a seriously mind-bending idea that builds a bridge between your own personal ethics and the weird, wild world of quantum physics.
So think about it like this. Over here, you've got the moral universe. We know this world, right? It's all about our choices, the consequences that ripple out, and the virtues we're trying to live by. But then, you've got the quantum universe, a bizarre place of pure potential, deep, deep uncertainty, and this strange thing called entanglement. I mean, they couldn't seem more different, could they?
But what if they aren't two separate worlds at all? What if there's some kind of hidden conversation happening between them? A fundamental link that we're only just starting to figure out? Well, what if there is a bridge, an emerging philosophy that says, hey, these two worlds aren't just similar, they're connected? A framework that suggests every ethical decision you make is literally tied to the very fabric of reality.
It's called Virtuous Ethical Quantum Philosophy, or VEQ for short. And its core idea is, well, it's pretty out there. It proposes that our moral compass and the quantum world aren't just a fun analogy for each other. VEQ argues they are literally woven together.
And I mean, just look at how new this is. This isn't some ancient philosophy. VEQP is really just taking its first steps. It's an idea that's happening right now, evolving as we speak, which honestly makes it so exciting to be exploring.
So you're probably asking, how on earth does that even work, right? How can something as personal as a moral choice have anything to do with subatomic particles? Well, let's dive into the guts of VEQP by looking at three key quantum ideas it uses. First up, we have the observer effect. This is a cornerstone of quantum mechanics. In a nutshell, the simple act of looking at a particle actually changes what that particle is doing. Observation isn't a passive act. It literally helps create reality. And VQQ says our moral awareness does the exact same thing. When you pause and you consciously reflect on a decision, when you observe your own biases and intentions, you're not just a bystander anymore. You are actively shaping the moral reality that's about to happen. Your consciousness is the observer. Okay, next up is quantum superposition. This is that really wild idea that before you measure it, a particle exists in all of its possible states at the exact same time. It's just a shimmering cloud of pure potential. Now, VQP looks at this and sees a perfect mirror for a moral dilemma. Before you make a choice, every option, the good, the bad, the selfish, the kind, it all exists in a kind of moral superposition. Then your decision acts like a measurement, and boom, it collapses that wave of possibilities into one single concrete outcome. And finally, we have quantum entanglement. This is the one Einstein famously called spooky action at a distance. Get this. Two particles can become linked in such a way that whatever happens to one instantly affects the other, even if they're on opposite sides of the universe. This leads to maybe the most profound idea in all of the EQP, ethical entanglement. And the theory suggests this isn't just a neat metaphor. It suggests our choices are never, ever truly isolated events. A single act of kindness or cruelty here could be entangled with countless other events, sending out ripples of influence we can't even begin to imagine. Okay, this is all fascinating, but what does it mean for you and me, like right now? Let's bring this down from the cosmos and the quantum world right into our own lives. How do we actually use any of this? Well, the framework has a name for it: thinking within. It's this process of deep introspection, of turning our awareness inward so we can become the observer of our own moral world. So here's the game plan. It starts by just becoming that inner observer, just watching your own thoughts and feelings without judging them. Then you try to access your potential for good. VEQ has this great analogy, saying it's like tapping into the quantum vacuum, which looks empty but is actually full of potential. From there, you challenge your own biases. And finally, you act with intention, consciously collapsing all those moral possibilities into the one you believe is the most virtuous. All right, so this is great for personal growth for sure, but VQP has much bigger ambitions. It's aiming to be a whole new framework for tackling some of the toughest ethical challenges we face today, especially where our technology and our humanity crashed into each other.
And you can see right away how practical this philosophy wants to be.
When it comes to AI, it's all about aligning the code with our best human values. For social justice, it's about using that powerful idea of entanglement to show we're all connected and have a collective responsibility. And for new tech, it's about making sure innovation is responsible and fair. And this isn't just theory. Think about it in the real world, making sure powerful quantum computers aren't misused, or ensuring that advanced weather forecasts actually reach the most vulnerable people, not just those who can afford them, or in medicine, prioritizing the well-being of patients over profits. These are real, tangible applications of thinking in this interconnected, ethically entangled way. So after that whirlwind tour of a pretty wild new philosophy, what's the big idea? What's the one thing that should really stick with you?
It's really this. We don't live in two separate worlds, a physical one over here and a moral one over there. VEQ argues that we live in just one single, interconnected reality, where the physics of the incredibly small and the ethics of our biggest choices are deeply, fundamentally intertwined.
And if that's true, it means that every single choice, no matter how small you think it is, isn't just a personal act. According to this framework, it could actually be a cosmic event, an event that sends ripples through that entangled web of reality, shaping the moral fabric of the entire universe.
And so, that leaves us with one last, pretty heavy question to think about. If every choice you make is a cosmic event, what kind of reality are you going to create next?